Hello and welcome to StudyIQ. In this lecture, we will discuss about the Citizenship Amendment Bill of 2016. So the Citizenship Amendment Bill of 2016 aims to amend the Citizenship Act of 1955. So the aim of this bill is to amend 1955 Citizenship Act. And why this has become an important current affair, let us see. Because recently, since the previous week, there are ongoing protests in Assam regarding the Citizenship Amendment Bill of 2016. And why is this protest? This protest is because according to this amendment bill, the bill proposes to make the minority immigrants from the neighboring countries eligible for Indian citizenship. And when we say minority, you must understand that this is only six religion and these minority are non-Muslims. So only non-Muslims are eligible according to this bill. And secondly, from the neighboring countries. Which all neighboring countries? Three neighboring countries. Namely Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. So Bangladesh, Afghanistan and Pakistan. And according to this bill, if this bill becomes an act, immigrants from three neighboring countries of Bangladesh, Afghanistan and Pakistan would get citizenship. And one thing you must notice here is 6 religious groups are included. Muslims are not included. So only non-Muslims. And these 6 religious groups are Christians, Sikhs, Hindus, Buddhists, Jains and Parsis. So Muslims are excluded. Here itself there is a controversy. What is that? This is against Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. So what is Article 14? According to Article 14, you cannot discriminate a person on the basis of religion for citizenship. So Muslims are not included. And the ongoing protest in Assam has divided the state into two groups, and one group supporting the bill and one group against the bill. Let us see this issue in detail in this lecture. But before we move on to the current affair, let us see what is the Citizenship Act of 1955. So the Citizenship Act of 1955 provides for acquisition and loss of citizenship. So the Citizenship Act of 1955 provides for acquisition and loss of citizenship after the commencement of the Constitution. And let us see what are the ways, according to the Citizenship Act, what are the ways by which a person can acquire the citizenship in India. One is by birth, second one by registration, third one by naturalization, fourth by descent and fifth by incorporation of a territory. And according to the Citizenship Act of 1955, a person loses his citizenship by the way of termination, renunciation and deprivation. Renunciation and deprivation. You must also know who is an illegal migrant. Who is an illegal migrant? A person is said to be an illegal migrant if he stays in the country without valid documents, or if he or she stays for more than the permitted time. So, more than permitted time or without valid documents. So, we can say that he or she is an illegal migrant. So, now let us see what are the amendments this particular bill proposes. So, first of all, this bill makes illegal migrants eligible for citizenship. So, first of all, illegal migrants become eligible if this bill is passed. Secondly, the criteria for the citizenship is changed. Earlier, the criteria for acquiring the citizenship was that at least 12 months before giving the application, and in the past 14 years, 11 months. So, 11 out of 14. Now, the proposed amendment is that this 11 is reduced to 6. So, if out of the past 14 years a person has stayed in India for 6 years, he can apply for citizenship, and 12 months remains the same. 12 months immediately before the application. So this will be the same, but this 11 out of 14 is being reduced to 6. Also, the bill has proposed regarding the OCI card holders. So, the cancellation of OCI card holders. The bill says that if there is any violation of law, the OCI cards can be cancelled. So, for the violation of law, OCI cards can be cancelled. This is the third thing that you should remember about the amendment. So coming to the current affair, we said that the current affair is regarding the protest in Assam regarding the Citizenship Amendment Bill of 2016. So this protest has started with the visit of the JPC. JPC is Joint Parliamentary Committee. A Joint Parliamentary Committee was appointed in order to look into the bill, and this committee visited Assam and Meghalaya. And during and after the visit of this JPC, protest started. As we have already said, the Constitutional Amendment Bill of 2016 aims to amend the Citizenship Act of 1955. And why is this amendment? To allow Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Parsis, Jains and Christians, 6 religious minorities from 3 neighboring countries of Bangladesh, Afghanistan and Pakistan to apply for Indian citizenship. So this is the reason for the protest. So this clause of the amendment bill is the reason for protest. So at present, what is the law? At present it is like a person who has lived in India 12 months immediately before the application. So immediately before the application, a person who has lived for 12 months and 11 out of 14 in the past. So and 11 out of past 14 years. So 11 out of past 14 years. And according to the amendment revisits this and propose to cut off this 11 years to 6 years. So 11 will be cut off to 6 years. So this bill was put in the Lok Sabha in the month of July 2016. Tabled in the Lok Sabha. So before presenting this bill, that is in July 2016, we said the bill was presented in the month of July 2016. But before presenting this bill in the Parliament, the government had already passed 2 notifications. 2 notifications, one in the year 2015 and another one in the year 2016. One notification was regarding exemption of this illegal migrants from the Foreigners Act of 1946. And the second notification was regarding the exemption of this illegal migrants from Passport Act of 1920. So earlier 2 notifications were passed by the government. One was exempting this illegal migrants from the Foreigners Act of 1946 and secondly from the Passport Act of 1920. And according to the Foreigners Act and Passport Act, both these acts provide for imprisonment or deport of the illegal migrants. Which means that now the illegal migrants, after the notification is passed, they are eligible to live in the country. So according to the notification, if these illegal migrants have arrived before December 31st, 2014, if they have arrived before this date, they can continue to live in the country. We have seen that a joint parliamentary committee was appointed to look into this matter, and this committee visited Assam and Meghalaya and protests were held, and this has become an important news. So now let us see what was the feedback this joint parliamentary committee got from these states. First of all, this joint parliamentary committee is a 16-member committee. And this committee is headed by Rajendra Agarwal. He is an MP of the BJP. Rajendra Agarwal, he is the chairman or head of this committee. So while the visit to Assam, this committee received 135 memorandum objecting the bill. While the visit to Assam, this committee received a memorandum signed by 135 groups which objected the bill or which were against the bill. And again, there were more than 100 organizations which were pushing for the bill or were for the bill. So the committee found out that there are, in the state of Assam itself, there are 2 groups, one supporting for the bill and one who is against the bill. So this has created a geographical divide in Assam. This bill has created a geographical divide in the sense that there are groups of people who support the bill and also groups which oppose the bill. So there is a geographical divide. We said that there were 2 groups, one for the bill and one against the bill. Who are these groups? One is the residents of Brahmaputra Valley and the second group, the residents of Barak Valley. So the Brahmaputra Valley people were against the bill and Barak Valley, they were for the bill. So first now let us see the Brahmaputra Valley. the people living in the Brahmaputra valley said that they cannot accommodate any more migrants. What is the reason they said? They said that this is against the Assam Accord. Assam Accord was signed in the year 1985. This accord was signed between the Rajiv Gandhi government and the leaders of Assam movement. So the leaders of Assam movement and Rajiv Gandhi government signed the Assam Accord. And what is this accord? And according to this accord, any person who has come to Assam after May 24, 1971 will be considered as a foreigner and will be deported. So the date is March 24, 1971. So according to this accord, anybody who comes to Assam after this date will be considered as a foreigner and will be deported. This accord was signed against the Bangladeshi immigrants. So the people who reside in the Brahmaputra valley says that this amendment bill is against the Assam Accord of 1985 and they cannot accept it. One more point you should remember here is that a clause was added in the Citizenship Act of 1955 under section 6A. Under section 6A, a clause was added, and what was this clause? According to the clause, the cut-off date for the citizenship to migrants in Assam will be March 24, 1971. And for the rest of the country, it will be 1950. So, this was a clause added in the Citizenship Act of 1955. Next, coming to the Barak Valley. These are the Bengali speaking Hindus. Here you should remember that there was a linguistic divide between two regions since 1947 when we got independence. Since then there is a divide between these two regions on the basis of language. Here what is the issue is that most of the Bengali speaking Hindus has joined Pakistan, East Pakistan after the partition. But a group or one part of this Bengali speaking people remained in Assam. So most of them joined the East Pakistan, but a group remained here. And these people live in Barak Valley. So they live in Barak Valley. And those people who have joined the East Pakistan, you should remember that now they are a part of Bangladesh. So here you must understand that the concerns of the people living in the Barak Valley are those of the concerns of partition victims. So they are partition victims. So they want this bill to be passed. Now these are the two sides, one living in the Barak Valley and one living in the Brahmaputra Valley, and their views. So now coming to some statistics regarding the bill. There are almost 20 lakh of Bengali Hindus who are living illegally in India. 20 lakh. And according to the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics, if this bill is passed, around 1.7 crore of Bangladeshi Hindus will acquire Indian citizenship. And according to the BJP spokesperson, he says that this is going to be 10 to 15 lakhs only, not 1.7 crore or something. So, since this bill is with regard to the illegal migrants, and according to the BJP spokesperson, this will be only 10 to 15 lakhs. So, he says that this is with regard to the illegal migrants only. So, the number cannot be anyway 1.7 crore or such huge numbers. This will be around 10 to 15 lakh of illegal migrants. Let us now see the legal side of it. First of all, critics say that this is against the Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. So what is Article 14? Article 14 says that there cannot be any discrimination between two religious groups. So no discrimination between religious groups. And we have seen that according to this bill, 6 religious groups from 3 neighboring countries are eligible for Indian citizenship. And in this 6th religion, Muslims are avoided or Muslims are excluded. So, this is against Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. Again, coming to Section 5 of the Citizenship Act of 1955, people of undivided India are not eligible or they are prohibited from acquiring citizenship in India. So, this is also against this bill. One more thing you should remember about this bill is that it is not only the border states, it's not only the border states who are going to be affected with the bill. See, if a person enters or acquires citizenship and enters any of the border states in India, according to the Indian Constitution, if he is a citizen of India, he can move freely around any part of the country. So that person can come to any part of the country. So the security and safety concerns also need to be considered while this bill is being tabled.